Hello everyone, my name is Overhim. If you're being asked to this some more, let's play Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last episode, I don't have a good memory of what happened, unfortunately, which means that today we start by talking with Vevin. Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you much. Anyway, Professor B sent us a message from the future. It sounds like he needs help, but I don't think there's a whole lot I can do. I think this is one of his inventions. Allows you to directly communicate with a specific target brain. And are you with me so far? I was most surprised when it suddenly materialized on top of my desk one day, you know? Anyway, maybe it's faster if I just show you. I'll play it back again. This sucker on? Alright, this message is only Vevin can view it. So neither of you knuckleheads go through anything else. When you're here, you got people after me. I still got people after me. Anyway, I'll go to the point. I'm on the Great Washington Island. We're on Oblivia. I need some help here with... Oh, you'll see when you get there. And hurry up, I need to get back to the city and go back to the bottom of the anomaly affected mirror. It seems that space mirror occupies something even more troubling than we thought. Whoop! Ah, here comes my prey. Anyway, that's the story. See you soon. Don't be late! Did you get that? Well, I did get it. It's just really weird. Oh good, so like I said, the spot the professor mentioned isn't really somewhere I can get to, you know? It's in the middle of a fucking ocean. You know what, whatever. So I was hoping you could get out instead, like he's doing back in our time for Sardis. Sure thing. Looks like we got the return of Professor B. That guy is just so much fun to deal with. I love the idea behind Professor B. So, all we need to go is to the Great Washington Isle. Sorry about that. While you're gone, it's stuff us to do to Jesus, I just cannot read. And I'm also barfing lots. I do apologize for that. So, let's go on ahead. Alright, right in the part of the Great Washington Isle. All we want to do is just go to the other side. And oh, Jesus, I passed it. Didn't see that coming now, did ya? And there we go. Here's Professor B. So, how are you doing after all this time? Whoop whoop. Hey, it's you, kid. You finally got here. I can only say goodbye to roughing in like some kind of note. I've been living novel existences that I took off in the mirror, let me tell you. Well, what have you been doing all this time? That seems very... I mean... Thank God you actually, you know, were good enough to stay alive all this time, surviving the wild. Then again, you're from the future. You probably have some amazing tactics for that. It's been no panic, let me tell you. I've been thrown out here when my time travel attempt failed. And I've been living off primordial creature meat ever since. My mirror body was intact at least, so I haven't had to worry about being rained on. So it's been quite a rustic experience. I'm sure there's many more questions that one came from, kid. But would you mind dealing with these damn Indians that are surrounding us first? What? You didn't notice them? Kids. It seems pretty clear they followed you here. They're probably gods, dude. You remember that dude went intact and seems awfully eager? Yeah, he's been reclining in my mirror mobile in the meantime. Let me know when you mop them up, would you? Thanks, kid. Sure. You know what the fuck? What? Why the fuck not, you know? Professional as ever. I'm sure you've got it well in hand. Let me know when you're ready, kid. Ready to depart? Ready to kick their ass. It's weird too how you have to talk back to him. Like you talk to him and then you talk back to him once again just to reactivate the mission. It's just a rare weird thing. But anyway, let's get this started. All set? Not the likes of Gata will give you any trouble, am I right? Whoa, yeah, I got this. Like, I got this so bad. Happy hunting, then. Hey, Gad, how long are you gonna plan playing hide and seek precisely? You got grumbling myths on my attack by hiding, you know? You and disappeared on me, and I'll find you camping out this whole time. Well, vacation's over, Professor. Now all that's left is figuring out what happens next. I'll tell you what. Why don't you give your little guard dog there decide how this goes down? Will be A, you hand the professor quietly, nobody gets hurt. Or B, you resist like an idiot, I'll kill you anyway, and I scrap out the good professor's brain and take what's inside. Choice is all yours, pal. I got no complaints, as long as it's getting what I'm after. Oh, you are just looking for a fight, buddy. If I had the credit for every time I heard that one, check how none of them realize till it's too late. Is it? I think you just made the bad decision. You can see all their eyes. They're lying there bleeding. I should have got a choice. Hey! Oh well. Dude, you're just asking for a fight. I mean, I'll be damn glad to kick your ass. So let's just go into our scout. What the... Okay, there it is. And from there, let's... Oh, they took a while to spawn, actually. Where are they? Okay, there we go, they spawned. That took a little bit of a time. They're level 25. There's also a skeleton 30. That won't be of any issue. Gad, you are already dead in my mind. Okay, so I'll just take care of the little guys if possible. Pot shots. And I hope we'll do fine. They're level 20, so that really shouldn't be that much of a deal. And again, it can gang up on you pretty easily, so let's try to make the best of this situation. Let's Bone Constrictor so we can damage this guy in the back. And doing some decent damage. Well, my team's already mostly gone, so that's not great, but I guess I'll have to deal with that. Alright, let's just go for the scout. Oh, that's a surviving test. Okay, that's why they respawn. Oh, that's actually very bad, all things considered. I should have, if I would have seen that much sooner, that would have made things a lot easier, actually. Well, looks like we're going into a survival match here, which means that we just have to well, we've already done that beforehand, but we just need to, you know, make sure we don't die in the next few minutes. I believe that was a 3 minutes time limit, so it really shouldn't be that bad of a deal. We already took care of the scale. Hopefully that scale won't respawn. If it does, not that we're in bad shape, but we'll be in a bad position, I'll say that much. I can go to overdrive if I wanted to. That could restore HP really fast. But I wouldn't do that now, would I? That'd be far too simple with Far Cry. Like the game. What the hell am I talking about? See, I don't really like time limit fights. I think they're mostly uninteresting for the most part. We're just dealing out a bunch of damage after damage after damage, and it's not really that interesting to begin with. Like, there are cool things about it, but I mean, it's just very tiresome. Most of the time, it makes the fight very much uninteresting. Like, there are ways to make time restraints in a game interesting. I don't think this is one of them. So take that as you wish, Monolith Software, because I really could not give two more shits about this. If I get my Boa Constrictor, I'll be able to deal like so much damage to these guys, but unfortunately I don't have it. So let's just go ahead, fatigue them a little bit. I'm already fatigued as it is, actually. I'm almost to the point of yawning, so hopefully that won't go pretty bad. Well, they're all level 20 though, so they really can't give me much out of from my money. So you know, we just deal with the time, bro. If we kill as much as possible, then we get a lot of XP out of it. So really, the more we kill, the better, because all the team levels up when we do that. So that's great. Actually, this is a real cool mechanic, how everybody levels up. But we're done. Damn it, I can only imagine scientists that would have used a lot to hide goons. Even if that took in their hands, to my knowledge, it'd take them a century to make sense of it. They can't see to come an inch past the blessed and noise science. It's all about keeping an eye 100 past the road as you work. Down the road. The moment they started spending, stealing into other work instead of doing their own, it's a lost cause. Well, you know what, that's very wise. Although there are those in the area working author of the new chapter in history. Levin is one of them. Despite all of his experience, the future I came from was built in part by such folks. So I've got to do what I can as well. And to do that, I need to get back to New LA. But you could possibly gather some blast shards from around here in Oblivia, kids. We needed to fuel the Mirror-mobile. Well, fuck you. Where can I find these again? Well, okay. Well, I've already got them, so that's easier. And besides, they've already appeared in mission bio, so really I shouldn't feel that bad about it. Professor B, here are your blast thingies. Once the tank's fuel, I can have the mirror built back into New LA in no time. Last card. Seems to be materials. That should be more than enough. The sucker's back. Next up, New LA. See you back at the lab, kid. Oh, I've got another big project I'll need your help with. Am I right? Drive safe. Aha, good across as thoughtful as ever. But I'm folding space-time here, kid. Traffic jams and fencer benders are for commoners. I'll be back in New LA and faster than luck. Alright, here we go. Mirror B launch. He's a very intriguing man, I can tell you as much. Hey yo, Professor B! Back at the lab, I see. What you up about? Good heavens, is that even possible? Hey kids, have you ever seen someone that overtune everything? You believe in that to the point? Well, I mean, I have experienced such a thing in the past. But, you know, there are people who legitimately just question things, so... As wise as you may be, you're not that wise. I envy you, kid, for it seems I've grown overconfident in myself. I thought I've seen everything in 1,000+ years of living. Mirrored time period, countless planet. I watched an entire civilization rise and fall. Along the way, I guess I fell into a trap of thinking I'd figure out everything in the universe had to offer. What a fool. It wanted to get me. Well, I fell into a rigid mindset and was blinded to the simplest of truth. So now I need you to bring me back some no-upon artifact from all over Mira. Immediately, do you mind, kid? Specifically, there are 3 or so. These objects will be the key. Collect those so we can finally lay to rest this mystery bone. Fuck me. Let's just go and have a look. Okay, so they're... Really? I'm missing the one in Silvalum? Okay, so at least I got, like, the collectibles from Oblivion Noctilum. Great. Well, while we're on that case, how about we take the next few minutes to talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time. So while I'm exploring Silvalum and actually trying to find that specific thing, I want to talk to you about overdrive, which is a mechanic that I've shown many times in this Let's Play, but I've explained and refused, well, at least poorly explained for quite a long amount of time. So, let's go over it and what it actually is. If you remember in the original Xenoblade Chronicles, there was a time where when you get a certain amount of usage out of your weaponry, you can basically activate something called a chain attack with the affinity that you build up with basic attacks. That affinity, you know, link between character can be defined in Xenoblade Chronicles as the TP of X, and overdrive basically means OC gears or overclocking gears in the Japanese version. So, and in the English version they go a little bit of in a different manner, since it actually means that there's a modification between mimeosomes, which allows them to actually boost their systems, which is, I believe, a mistranslation, especially considering that L can use the overdrive and he's not in the mimeosome body, and so are others characters capable of that too, even though they're alien based. So I mean, it's just really weird that characters like this can still do that. But anyway, let's go over it real quick. So as you usually know, as you most likely know, this is something that you can unlock after chapter 5, and after gaining 300 TP points can you activate properly the ability. It actually is something that allows you to completely access a new tier in your art usage. As you see in your art definition, you can something of a secondary cooldown, Thierry cooldown, that actually access the Thierry cooldown and gives you passive buffs over time. Overdrive makes cool timer go down so much faster and can deal greater damage output. But what it actually does is actually a little bit interesting. It's actually, depending on the amounts of art that you use, or in which combination you use them, since every art, well, not every art, but every type of art, like a melee offensive art, for example, has a specific color attached to it. For example, a melee art will be orange and a yellow one would be a range attack offensive art. So that's just an idea of how these guys work, and both of them can boast their benefits to you specifically. So for example, let's just go over them over combination it can possibly do. The first one that you can do just by having color bonuses, which means that by activating that art you get that specific bonus for your overdrive count, is the first one is green, which means that every art that is green or that is a support art, for example a buff, will give you 0.05 seconds to your counter value, so it extends your counter value by 0.05 times of that counter. So if you have 10, that'll give you basically half of a second more in overdrive count. If you use a blue art, which I do believe is I think it's a Nora, I may be extremely wrong about this. It extends your counter by 0.1 second automatically since the first time you use that blue art. And a purple, I'm not exactly sure why that is either. It's probably just that probably is just a Nora art that gives you 10 TP times the value of the counter. So the value of the counter is 10, will give you 100 TP every time you deal a hit in overdrive. Now, we're going to go about probably the hardest part to understand about overdrive, so please keep that in mind. I'm just doing a quick survey of what it actually is. Let's go over color combination that you do. By switching arts mid-overdrive, you gain access to specific bonuses. So if we go to, say, a range attack arts and go immediately into a melee attack arts, your overdrive counter will not increase in any fashion, so does it the other way. But if you say something like you go from a support art to an offensive art, whether melee or range attack, it will increase your counter by ×2 of the number of hits that it's registered at. So say that your overdrive counter is at 5, well, ×2, that means 10, so your counter overdrive count will increase by 2 times that amount, which means that will automatically go to 10, so you don't have to hit the enemy another 5 times, instead we'll just go straight ahead to that. Second of all, if you go from a purple art, so saying that it's probably a Nora in my guess, to an offensive art, then you can deal extra advantages damage points, so if you're focusing on a specific part of an enemy's body, that is perfect for that. Afterwards, you go from a blue to a green art, so I'm guessing from a Nora or something along the Nora, defensive aura perhaps, to a support art, which most likely deals buff, which is green. You get an HP recovery, so you regain a lot of HP, probably even more so than soul heals in most occasion. From a blue to a purple, so I'm guessing to an aura to another aura, it increases that effect's duration. If you're using if you use 3 times the melee arts, it actually increases your amount of experience you get from that battle, and every time you use an art, an orange art after another one, it can go to a max of 200% plus. Same thing goes for the yellow arts, and instead that thing goes up towards your class experience that you can possibly gain. That's about the only thing I'll say about now. There's also a lot of main things that can go on while on foot in overdrive, and also there are the overdrive mechanics when you're in a scale. Fortunately for us, that takes a hell of a long time to explain. I'm mainly just going a survey and, spreading some tidbits here and there about how the mechanics work. With that said, I think I'm nearly done finding that stupid thing, and found it. So let's just go back to a place. Hey, Professor B, I think I finally found your stupid thing, and that took a while to look for. So, thankfully, it'll be easier from now on. Oh, god damn it. Aha, it's finally finished. What finished? It took a small fortune to complete retool of Mirror Bumblebee, but this new should finally give us some runner. Or head run, or whatever. A machine that merges the sum of everything about this world. A less scientific mind would call it God. I haven't slept in the work about kill me, but then I think it's all worth it, don't you? You were here and most useful than I expected, Vivin. Well, what about it? Find those Nopon relics yet? It feels weird that there's Nopon relics in those specific locations that you can possibly find them. And then again, they appear in the mission bio, but I'm just saying, I found them weird to begin with. Great, installed and ready to go. I'll fire this sucker up now. Amazing, no error so far. You're getting working like a charm, Vivin. That's good. I looked over that thing so many times I could literally recite it from memory, you know? Yes, yes! And there's the last of it. Eureka, finally! The great secret of Mera. Wait, what's this? All sequences reversing, canceling out entirely. No, what in the name of Sir Isaac Newton is going on? The power output is overheating. No, hold on, this phenomenon is precisely as if... It's going critical, Professor. At this rate, I think we're going to lose a Mirror-mobile. What? How did it go? Just how did it go? No, but seriously, that's bothersome. Yes, go on, laugh it off, failure if you must, kid. I don't understand. It was operating perfectly. It's like Mirror itself is denying its inquisitiveness. The tests point to some vague possibility, but without data to back them up. In conclusion, are just simply meaningless speculation. Did you figure something out, Professor? If you began to overeat, it certainly did start acting so very strange. I'm a professor, damn it, a scientist giving voice to meaningless speculation is death of the logical mind. Look to the next test, Vivin. We'll refine and improve and see what the veil torn away from this planet. Hello, it's your friendly discount recycled second-hand good merchant Graham here. Well, sorry, am I interrupting something? I just dropped back to square away on all that parts you bought from me. Well, the path of invasion calls. New challenges beckon me ever urgently forward. Vivin, cross, you and all the rest. That fucking cheeky waffle dick. So, Vivin, I'm guessing that Professor B owes you a lot of money. Owes him a lot of money. I don't know, but seeing around here reminds me that Professor burned through a lot of awful funds in the last round of research. Don't tell me he ran up a colossal tab. He probably did. And forget you could run away with the virtue without paying it off. Oh, you little joker! No, seriously, that's not funny. I can do huge favors to bring all of those parts together. Wait, you're serious? Oh crap, you are serious. If he cheats me out of this time, my life is over. I don't even want to imagine it. Does it involve you being an use of free labor by Nopon Caravan? Wait, you are joking, aren't you? Fled through time. Oh man, Richie man on a suckler cheap. Such a getter. Please be joking. Please be joking. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll be coming back. Mission complete. I feel sad now. Feel very sad. But that was Professor B's return. Do you really think he's from the future? I mean, do you wonder if maybe there's more than just a really elaborate prank? Well, you know what? With everything I've seen, I believe it. Right? I mean, you must be right. Otherwise, how would he come up with these amazing inventions? I don't know, the only thing he's invented thus far in front of my eyes is the Mirror-mobile, and yeah, that's one failure. Worst case scenario, he goes that technology, right? And he'll sure find a way to make the money and death crushes him, won't he? Right, everything's going to be absolutely fine. In any case, I guess I should track down Professor. Oh, and thank you for your help, Cross. Well, Vivin, that is no problem. But anyway, with that, we also unlock a new art manufacturer, Factory 1.21. Unfortunately, I do not have the uranium to go and look or to to dump me. Well, speaking of the devil, I get the Romanian dump. So, how about we go take a look at that? Factory 1.21, a privately owned horse manufacturer known to use unique aesthetics and singular craftsmanship, it has quickly built a cult following of supporters. Now, Factory 1.21 is actually one of the most interesting arms manufacturer in the entire game, if only because the way they use technology is very interesting to begin with. There's no actual build for it, and it's mainly used to develop gear and not anything otherwise. It can increase a lot of potential stats, but it's also one of the most riskier builds to use if you're ever gonna buy something out of this specific arms manufacturer. I'm not saying that the things they build is bad, I'm just saying that it's very particular, and the way they develop new gear is interesting to say the least. They can develop some really powerful ones, but I do not recommend them. And now, we shall be going after our tyrant of the day, and it is none other than in Sylvalan Cleansing Spring. Something that we've seen just a very fraction bit of, and if I can find it, perhaps it'll be of any use to us. Oh, there it is. Okay, so our tyrant of the day is none other than Camille the Immortal. I did not mean to not onboard it. If I can just log on. There we go. Camille the Immortal. Let's go on and fight with it. Now, Camille the Immortal is unfortunately a very easy fight. By the time you... I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but by the time you actually reach Sylvalan, you're more than well prepared to deal with that kind of specific, you know, enemy. It's really that you're well above level 20 by the time you even go to Seabird's Peak, which is the entrance of Sylvalan. So by the time you arrive to the Cleansing Spring of all things, you have uncovered a lot of things and are far much more powerful, especially in a normal run as it is. So Camille is very much a father tyrant in Sylvalan, just one of the most lower ones, just to be like of somewhat decent, well, not even decent challenge, but an easy tyrant to take down. And also the fact that she's part of a basic mission makes it a lot easier also to take her down, or just to go after something like that, because you don't need a lot of preparation, and that can give you easy experience for both of them. Well, that's about it. She has a lot of minions, but really the level 12, 15 maybe at most, so really there really shouldn't be any issues to you whatsoever. Of course, if your team is unprepared or you don't have skill, then you may have some issues, but otherwise, really, I mean fucking really, this shouldn't be of any issues to you. But that's about it. Yeah, so you've accomplished a lot of things actually today, and I'm quite proud of them. So, I guess we'll end it now. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Xenoblade 3, and I'll see you all next time.